So let's start our next session, that is email automation by using Uipath Studio. Content should be covered on this topic, that is email automation, key benefits of email automation, read emails using Uipath Studio, a real-time example with email automation. So let's start. What is the key benefits about email automation and what is the email automation? So we can use email automation to connect with their customer base regularly and significantly reduce the time and efforts need to be sent email. Once you have configured a business rule, the email automation software will keep following the workflow no matter how large is the audience. This has incredible benefits for marketers. Email automation is now a digital marketing staple, replacing the tedious task of manual sending emails to every customer with pre-configured workflows. So now let's start with some real-time example. So first of all, open the Uipath Studio, create a new process, that is email automation, FDP. Hit on create. Just wait. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, now let's create a new sequence. The first activity which was covered in this session, that is Imap activity. So name this sequence, that is Imap activity. So first thing is that what is the Imap and POP? As we know that Imap allows user to access their email whenever uh, use other platform rather than their domain service. Like if you want to access your Gmail account rather than the Gmail account, Gmail portal, then we use Imap activity. Same as it is, POPs works by containing your email services and downloading your newly message from it. So for accessing Imap services, there was a predefined activity in our UiPath Studio, that is Imap. The main package is mail. After that, it's come with a class Imap and then get Imap mail messages service. So simply drag and drop this activity. Now, for accessing this type of activity, you have The prerequisites of this type of activity, you have a mail ID, their password, and know some basic about your domain, your DNS server or your domain name server. So what is the basic acknowledgement for IMAP activity? That is, first thing is the what is the port? What is the port? Watch my screen. Is my screen is visible? Okay. Okay. I think my screen is visible to all of you. The first,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. Thank for confirmation. The first thing, what is the port? So if you don't know about the port of IMAP service of your domain, so simply go through a Google and search for IMAP port for Gmail. By default, it is 993 for all the services. That is 993. And what is the server? That is imap.gmail.com. Our main domain is gmail.com. Whenever we want to use IMAP service, there was a prefix that is imap.gmail.com. And the port which was where the service was working, it is 993. So simply go on our Uipath Studio, fill the information that is port that is 993. It's depend upon your domain service. Also maybe differ for YouTube, Gov mail or any other mail servers. And next thing, what is the server? So as we search here, the server is imap.gmail.com. Simply copy it, pass it here into a double quotes. That is imap.gmail.com. So it's all about this two most important thing, the what is the port and what is the server. And what is the mail folder? It's described further. It's all about your inboxes, like whenever where you want to search by this automation in your inbox, in your starter message, in your important message, in your sent message. It's all about this mail folder. Now, what is the login credential? Because our UiPath needs to access our mail. So obviously uh, we should pass our email credentials. So pass here your mail ID. Now, what's about password? If you type here, the password was in clear text. The other activity is also used secure password. It was encrypted at at UiPath Studio 8. For better use, for securing your password, there was a predefined activity that is get password activity. The main package is system.environment and there was an activity that is get password activity. So simply drag and drop here, and by using this activity, your password is totally encrypted and secure. and this was stored in a variable. So simply go navigate through the property of get password, go to the property panel and provide your password. This was totally encrypted. Now create a variable to storing this password. So for creating a variable, we use Ctrl plus K shortcut key and create a variable that is pwd. So that was simply means your password is put it here in the into a encrypted mode and passed into the pwd variable. So simply that was clear. Get password activity. Okay. Now we provide our password. So simply pass here the variable that is pwd. Now it was done. Now all the errors was gone. Now the next thing what we want to automate by using Imap. Simply in other words we can say that Imap is only read activity, means only you can only read it and after that you can create another task for further processing. So there was a options that is what you want to filter, that is delete messages, filter expression character sets, mark as a read, means only unread messages, ordered by date, new first, old first. There was some options. Secure connection is generally auto. It's all about the TSL and SSL configuration and how much messages you want to get. Top 30, top 20. So I change here to top 5. Okay. Now where the output was stored. This option that is message. Here we used to create a variable to store our mails. So simply create here a variable, named it like mails. Now watch one thing. The variable type of this mail variable that is just 1 second. That is list mail messages. I think this pop-up window was that is messages list mail messages. The variable type is list mail messages. So that was clear. Now the next most important thing is that if you are going to use Gmail automation, means your mail server is Gmail, then you should activate your list app setting for your mail. So simply how to change it, less secure apps for your Google account. So it was directly jump on your Google account and provide this option, less secure app. This was not recommended by Google, but in some scenario like whenever you want to send mails automatically whenever you want to integrate your mail with your programming, then it was necessary to use less secure app access. So simply turn it on. If you are using the same mail in your phone, then kindly confirm there was activity done by you, not other else. And one more thing, go to the mail setting and make sure the IMAP is enabled. So go through forwarding and POP and IMAP. So in IMAP access, status IMAP is enabled. Make sure this was a enable IMAP, nothing else. So if you use Gmail account, sorry, Gmail server to automate your process, then two things is prerequisites that make sure your account is allow less secure apps, and another one is your IMAP is enabled. In case of other services, only search for IMAP is enabled on your domain, sorry, mail server or not. In a case of Google account, there was one more activity that allow less secure app is on, by default is off. So is that clear? If you have any problem, kindly ask me, or you can put your query on chat box also. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Allowing a less secure apps will not cause any problem to our personal emails.
Uh, Whenever you want to automate, one thing is recommended that don't use your personal email. If you
Okay, sir.
use your personal email, then only allow it whenever you want to automate it,
Yes, sir. Yes.
because it was allow. Sorry, mute yourself. I will explain it. Because it was allowed to other person that was directly access your app if they have some type of links like Google Drive links, like Gmail, Google Connect, one thing, Google Connect, I think, account, user, my business, Gmail, me, Drive, one more, yeah, Hangout. If you allow any person to access to chat with your account, Hangout accounts, then this was harmful. So it was recommended if you use Gmail, then only allow it whenever you want to automate any service, and don't use your personal account with this setting. Now, is there any other query? Okay, now let's switch on our scenario. So we want to get top 10, top 5 emails, and which type of emails, that is only unread messages. So we are successfully set the password by using get password activity, get IMAP mail messages activity, setting all abouts, and now we want to get all mails from our inbox. So let's use a activity that is for each activity. That's that was not for each uh, sorry, don't use for each row because it's return type of data table. Use control flow activity that is for each for such type of scenario. If you have any Excel sheet, then you can use for each row because its return type was is data table. So here my scenario is used to for each activity of control flow. Now it was predefined variable, that is item. You can change it, simply rename it, that is uh, mails underscore get. My variable name is mails underscore get. Now what we want to do, we want to put all mails that was stored in this variable sent to this variables, that is mails underscore gets, to show here. So simply pass here our variable, that is mails, but there was a error, that is mails underscore get was type is object. Don't be confused. By default this variable, this mails underscore gets variable have a by default data type is object. We want to change it according our scenario. Our scenario is to get mail message, and the return type of this mails variable is I think show you again, is list mail messages. The return type of this variable is mail messages. So we should change this variable type also, so that both was compatible for our process. So simply go to this argument, browse the type, and search here for mail messages. So here a predefined data variable, data type was present, that is mail message. The base class is system.net.mail. So select this system.net.mail, not any other. What is all about this, I will explain you later. So for this scenario, simply select system.net.mail.mail messages. So that click, hit here OK. Now what we want to do, we want to show only uh, unread messages from our inbox. Means what, where the mail folder was inbox and top 5, and now we want to show here by using message activity. So simple, put here the variable, that is mails get dot what you want to get, alternative views, attachments, bcc, body. This was the options because our return type of mail underscore gets variable is mail messages. This option was automatically present here because our mails underscore get variable have a return type, that is mail messages. So what you want to, suppose we want to search here only subject. So select this subject and convert it into to a string so that it was compatible to our message box activity. So it was done. Okay, now save the activity and run this file. Just watch the output. Okay. Uh, the first message was critical security. Just match this. Open my mail inbox. Okay. There was first subject, that is critical security alert. That was okay. Now the next one is 75% off on car insurance today. That is also appeared. Now again, this one paisa brokerage, that was a advertisement regarding Moodle. Nice, awesome. Okay, done. Because we select only top 5 emails. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now go to the output. There was no error, so that our Imap activity was successfully done. If you have any doubt, kindly ask me regarding this. Make sure whenever you perform this type of automation, make sure all the variables are same type. Like whenever we drop and drop for each activity, there was a already a variable appears that's name is item. We renamed it, but its type is object by default. Here we are change that return type of this variable. It's all about the IMAP activity. If you have any problem, kindly unmute yourself, ask me. Otherwise, switch on next activity, that is SMTP. Okay, now switch on our next activity, that is SMTP activity. Let's create a new sequence, that is SMTP automation. Renamed it, that is SMTP automation FDP. So what is the SMTP? SMTP is the stand for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Means in a IMAP you can read your mail. By using SMTP service, you can send your mail to other persons. So in this automation, in that type of automation, whenever you want to automate your bot to send mail to individual, to so many peoples, like bulk email and for advertisement, for acknowledgement, for information, for any other purpose according your use case scenario. So we are using SMTP automation. Now let's start the SMTP automation. Uh, our new sequence is successfully created. Now search for an activity that is SMTP. This was also comes with mail package, and there was a SMTP mail service activity. So simply drag and drop this activity. Watch the property panel. It was also comes with some predefined activities, sorry, predefined properties like what is the email body, subject, forwarder, mail message. Now again, what is the host? What is the port of their host? What is the server? So for IMAP activity, we use port 993. For using SMTP service of your Gmail, sorry, of Gmail account, there the port was defined for SMTP, that is 587. If you forget this, don't be panic. Simply go and search for SMTP port or for Gmail. The SMTP port was 587. This was a TLS. This was not recommended because this was less secure. The 587 was using SSL encryption, so that this was much secure than this. And the server is same, that is smtp.gmail.com. So now what's next? What is your mail? So simply put it here, my mail, that is Sandeep Tripathi. And what's about the password? For securing the password, there was a utility, there was a predefined activity, that is get password activity. So simply drag and drop this activity. Now put your password here. Create a variable for storing this password. Now switch on SMTP mail service. Here the email. Now create, sorry, now pass the password, that is PWD. There was other options, that is body is HTML. Suppose you want to send mails using HTML tags for nice representation, you can use here is body is HTML option also. Otherwise, left it as it is, means by default nature. Now again, what we want to do, we want to send SMS by using this SMTP service. So for this, uh, suppose I want to send mail, kindly send the mail ID in the chat box, anyone, so that we are check our automation is successfully work or not. So you can send your email address on the chat session, sorry, chat section. Okay, the one person successfully send, kindly send me the more mail IDs, because our next section is about bulk SMS. So what is, uh, we want to send mail on This mail ID, that is Vedant Mohir,
So
and
Vandana
this,
Mohindu.
okay, that's good. The subject is testing of SMTP automation. Now the body is same like the subject, like testing of SMTP automation. Okay, now our second example, that is SMTP automation for a single mail is successfully created. We provide the credentials like what is the port number, what is the SMTP, what is the email ID of, and what is the password. Now let's run this file. Our execution is stalled. Okay. Uh, Vanda, kindly confirm me. You have successfully received a mail or not?
Yes, sir. Testing SMT automation. I received the mail.
Okay. That's all about the SMTP automation for a single user. Now, the next thing is that how to send mail by using attach file, means attachment. So simply go on a project directory, create a text document, that is rename it testing of automation. Simply. So our next scenario is that we want to send mail to a single person by using Uipath Studio with her attachment. So for this, we use here attach file option. In this was automatically create our argument type variable because we want to send mail by using other activities which was already defined in our UiPath Studio. So that here we use an argument. The direction type, whenever you click here, the direction is in because it takes argument from predefined utility. And now what is the value? In the value, here was a path of your file. So simply uh, go on the project directory, right click of your file and copy this path. And the name is testing. Okay. Create an argument. Direction is type. Sorry. Direction is in. Type is string, obviously. And now provide the name of your file. That is testing.txt. That is okay. Let's check once again. Yeah, that is testing. Okay. Now again we send the same message. Vanna, kindly confirm me the
I receive a mail with a text a testing.txt file
okay with
attachment as attached.
with attachment.
Yes,
That's
yes.
all about the SMTP integration for a single file. If you have any doubt, kindly ask me. Okay, no, sir. Okay,
Sir, one question. Can you tell me where this automation can be applied?
where can we?
In which type of application, like
Okay,
this email?
suppose you're creating a chatbot, or you're creating a bot for sending bulk emails. Then you can create a single bot and trigger it from your orchestrator that was covered in our further session, and you can run your bot from anywhere in any time. Simply, you can create this scenario once and use whenever you want. The next example, that is whenever you create any chatbot. The best example, I will show you. This is our website. Here, a chatbot. Suppose you creating a chatbot. I think it was not work. Yeah, was working well. Suppose you want to create this type of chat. This was your use case. Whenever users select any course like CCC, bot is automatically reply. At the end of the chat session, if user wants some extra knowledge, except of this automation, then you can get the email address of the user and send the mails automatically. This was the use case scenario, and it
So
was
same thing can be done for a WhatsApp message also. Bulk SMS.
no. WhatsApp is another process. For WhatsApp, there was a no predefined utility to fully automate like mail services by using the port, by using the server information. This facility was not provided by WhatsApp. You can use this type of automation by using only WhatsApp web and search the different numbers which was stored in your database and send SMS. This was possible by using only WhatsApp web.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Now let's switch on our next topic, that is how to send the bulk SMS. So let's create a Excel file to perform the to perform our next activity, that is sending bulk SMS. So open this directory, create a new Excel file, that is bulk email. Now let's create some credentials. That is, first thing is your email. Next one is your name. And suppose we want to automate your score or mark. Now Let's copy the mails. Mm, that is first is Vandana, second is Vasudeva, what is the name? That is Vandana. Suppose, don't be serious about the last session, that is marks. I was randomly generate any marks like this. Vandana Vasudeva. So suppose this was our database. The name of this Excel sheet is bulk email. So our database is successfully created. Three rows, that is email, name, and marks. We want to send these three credentials by using email automation. So switch on our next activity, create a new sequence, name bulk, email. Now again create all the credentials like get password. Try to pass the password, that is create a variable. Just wait. Now again simply drag and drop the send SMTP mail service. Again provide the port, that is 587, server, that is smtp.gmail.com. Provide the host email, that is Sandeep Patrapati. In a password section, and simply pass the variable, that is passwd. Now mm, okay, there was an error, that is in 2, means at least one value was required in this 2 box. Now uh, our scenario is that to send bulk emails. So first of all, we want to access our Excel file. So as discussed in our previous session, for reading the Excel file, there was a utility that is read range activity. So use this read range activity, provide the path of your Excel file, and as we know that our Excel file is present in our project directory. So simply select it, and there was a sheet 1, kindly confirm it. Yeah, the data was present in sheet 1. So simply write up here sheet 1. Now you want it's all about the range. If the value is present, that is A1 to A2, our board is read only A1 to A2. So we don't need this type activity, so simply left it blank. Now what we want to do, we want to access each data from this Excel file. So obviously whenever you use read range activity, there was a output is stored in a variable, and the return type of this variable should be in DT type, means data table type. So simply create here a variable that is mail dot mail DT. Watch this. The variable type is data table, means all the values get from this Excel sheet was stored in this mail DT variable, because its variable type is data table. This data type variable, uh, this variable is used for only storing the values in a data table format, means simply row and column format, same like a MySQL or MariaDB database. So now what we want to do, we want to access each data. So for this we have an option that is for each row in data table, that is this. Don't be confused, this was a control flow and this was a for each row activity for data table. Simply drag and drop here. It also a variable present, that is current row. Simply rename it with any other variable name. For simplicity we rename it by using row. For each row where the data is stored, that is mail DT, means all the information was stored in a row variable, and the row variable get the value from the mail DT. So now just hold on, comment this section. Now what we want to do, we want to read each data from our Excel sheet. So simply drag and drop a message box activity. For our simplicity, all the data come into this variable, uh, come into this row variable. So simply call that is row 0 dot to string. One more thing, make sure the add headers option was checked, because if it was not checked, then it will count the row from here, from this header section. Now let us check it. Close the Excel sheet. Now again run this file. So our first value is Vanna, Vasudeva, it's good, Abhiman, Uday. So all the values come into this variable, that is row. Now what we want to do, we want to send SMS to each person. So simply uncomment this section, drag and drop in a body tab. Now we want to send SMS to each of the person. So first thing here, that is row 0 dot to string. Now again, what is the subject? Like suppose your score is out. Same in the body section. Now our bulk email using SMTP is ready for launch. So simply go and execute it.
Yes,
Okay,
sir, got it.
okay, thank you.
Your score is out करके आ गया. Yes, done.
Okay, or other persons, I can check
Yes, sir.
here.
I'm all good.
Yes, got it, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Now let's check into at our end in our sent items.
Sir,
So kindly mute yourself. Now our mail is successfully sent to all the persons, that is your score is out, your score is out, your score is out, your score is out. So now,
Yes, sir. I also received.
okay, thank you for acknowledgement. If you have any type of doubt, kindly ask me. Till now,
There you have given marks as 80.
one second.
Then
I will,
we have only just your score is out.
yeah. I will explain it in this session also. If you have any type of doubt regarding send SMTP mail, kindly ask me regarding this options. Okay,
But can you
now,
explain again that options alone?
yeah,
Can you explain again this options?
this options. Okay. Uh, in SMTP send mail activity, there was a options like is body is HTML. Suppose you are a programmer and you want to send interactive mails, like 1 second, I will show you. Mm, like this. So this mails was created by using HTML codes. So if you want to send this type of interactive mails, then you should use HTML body. So in this option tab, first option is that is body is HTML, means your body was accept different tags of HTML. Then it was checked, otherwise it was unchecked. Reply to means if you want to reply the mails regarding your use case scenario, then you can use this reply to option. Secure connection, it was auto depends upon your mail server. Like if you take the example like mm, Gmail, it was use SSL encryption by port number 587. If you use Rediff other than Gmail, I don't know about this. This was use TLS. Rediff, I think Rediff is use TLS till now. And if you use any other native mail server like ac.in, like your organization.in, that was use case on your of your mail server, which type of security they can provide. Now again, what is options, that is receiver BCC CCC2. 2 is same like this. If you want to pass your message like CC, then you can use here also. Like I'm use here the other email like Uday Sriram in CC. Now again, once again, I'm sending the bulk mail. Okay, there was a error, that is read range, because our Excel sheet was open in a background. So simply change it and run this file again. Our execution is successfully done. Let's check it our end in a sent items.
Yes, sir. Got the mail. Your score is out.
Okay, with CC.
With
Kindly check
CC.
it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, that's all about the options. Now let's remove.
Yes, sir. Received. Received.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Just wait. Okay. Now, now, uh, our next task is that we want to moderate our subject as according our Excel, so that moderate this string, that is hi the person name, so concatenate with this double quotes, after that provide a plus, now again provide a space. Now again, what we want to do, we want to pass here the name of respective person. So the name was present in our row 1. Now let's check it. Mm, 1 second. Run this file again. Okay, let's check.
Yes, sir, received mail again. Hi, Vanna, your score is out.
Okay, now the subject of our mail body is that, look like that. He Uday, your score is out. He Abhiman, your score is out. He Vasudeva, your score is out. He Vanna, your score is out. Like that.
Yes, sir. That is also received.
Okay. That's all about the
Received.
formatting of your string by using the predefined activities, that is concatenating the string. Means he in a string, then again concatenate with a space bar. Now again in row 1 dot to string, means what the variable is told in a row 1, convert it into the to string, again that a space, and your score is out. The whole was concatenating the string. Now again we want to moderate our body tab same like this. So your score, simply copy this. Your score is now, what is the row 2 dot to string. Now just put a message box activity also. Bulk mail was sent successfully. Okay, so let's check.
Yes, sir, received the mail.
Okay,
Hi,
thank you.
Vanna, your score is 70.
Yes, sir. Received the mail. Hi,
Okay,
Vasudev. Your score is 80.
thank you. Let's go with yes, receive. Not possible to schedule the bulk mails. It is possible. It's depend upon your orchestrator. Orchestrator was comes into our next session. If you want to schedule any task like any process, any workflow, then you can done it from your orchestrator. Suppose you want to send the mails on a particular schedule, then you can simply uh, schedule your orchestrator to run the particular board on a particular time step. Means it your orchestrator was automatically trigger this board when the timestamp was matched. Now our next and last task is that to send the attached files also. So let's create the files like copy this testing file for 4 times. Mm, rename it. Now put some values in this file like 1, 2, 3. Now, now we want to send these files with our mail. As we shown here, there was a different files for different person. Suppose this file was connect with person 1, this file connect with person 2, this file 3, 4, and so on. So what we do, we simply go through attach file option, direction, create an argument. Direction is obviously in, why I was discussed earlier. Now go on a project directory, just wait. Simply copy the path, surrounded with double quotes. Now what we want to do, we want to append uh, different types of variables. So first we used to enter the variable name in our database. So again we go through the project directory, open this, marks and files. So that is testing. Let's confirm the name. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we want to send these files also. Make sure that there was only the file name, not the extension. So let's create the whole scenario, concatenate with a string, that is plus with .txt. The extension of our file is .txt. Before this, we want to concatenate, that is the row. Just wait. Row 0, 1, 2, 3. I think this is 3. Dot to a string. Now save the file and run our board. Uh, Obviously this was generating the error because our Excel sheet was opened in background. Currently press yes. Now okay, there was one more error, that is uh, the path of our file. The naming convention is correct, but the path of our file, so let's simply go with this and provide a forward slash. That is okay. Now kindly check at your end that message was successfully sent or not.
Yes, sir, received.
Okay, with attachment.
Yes, sir. Received.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. With
Oh,
attachment.
yeah.
Sir, but we have received 4 mails, sir, with attachment.
No, that's all about different mail. Like same mail was going on 4 times on your email ID. Sorry, different mail was going on your mail ID at but 4 times. At a first time, your score only is your score is out. Next time, he, your name, your score, concurrent with your marks. The last one with attachment. Kindly check
Yes,
it.
sir. I have received 4 names mail IDs, sir. Vasdev, Vandana, and Abhimanyu. 4 mails I have received, sir.
Okay, you are in CC. What's your name?
Uday.
Uday, yeah. You are
Yeah.
present in our Shishi.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That's why you got 4 mails. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
if you have any type of doubt, kindly ask me. If you have any doubt, kindly ask me. Otherwise, this session was end on behalf of me. Mm, Just wait. Yeah, dear participants, if you have any type of doubt, kindly ask me. Okay. So this all about this session, that is email automation by using Imap service, same as well as SMTP. Your next session would be start
Sir, I
on,
had one query.
sorry,
Sir, I had one query.
yeah,
This is out of the use case, whatever you are telling right now.
okay.
If I want to send some of the WhatsApp emails, like Praful sir had asked for the same. So
Automation of WhatsApp
automation of sending a WhatsApp message using the app.
using this UI bot. I think
Yes, sir.
this is your use case scenario. So first
Yes.
of all, it was the use case scenario is that mm, let's
Let me tell you, sir, one example I will tell you. We have some students, like 40 students we have. Okay, in
in
that
WhatsApp.
30 students are present in WhatsApp.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, in that 20 students are absent, 30 students are present. We want to send them the message like so and so classes were not attended by you. So
Okay.
we will be taking some action on you like that. Otherwise, you need to read this and all.
Okay.
Like that, we want to
One
create
more
the.
thing. Can please tell me one thing. Are you
Yeah.
done selectors? Means are you already known about the how to open a browser using UiPath,
Yes.
etc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then uh, let me explain this also. Hmm. So for this type of use case, simply use open browser activity. This was rather than this session. So what is the URL of WhatsApp web? Simply copy it. Okay. Now use the other activity. I assume that you are all of you friendly with this activities. Maximize browser. Just log in on your WhatsApp. Now just delete this open browser activity because manually open the WhatsApp web. Now use attach browser activity. Indicate the browser. Make sure your browser is open in the background. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, as we shown here, our attached browser activity is successfully done. Now, what we want to do, we want to perform type into activity. I will explain the use case scenario. Suppose you have 40 number of students. Uh, the database was present in your Excel sheet. Suppose I am taking a simple example, that is I'm taking my other number 9452661948. After that the result was come, that is single result. Okay, so you perform here the type into activity into this attached browser activity column. So after this You can use here type into activity. Indicate the browser also, so that where we want to type here. Now what we want to type? We want to type here a number. That is my another number. Instead of this, you can use here your database. Same like this to getting the information about your row and column activity as we discussed in our bulk email session. You can use your read range activity to get the data from your database. After that, in a body, you can simply use type into activity according your database. So is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
let's check it. Our bot is run or not. So it was going for a WhatsApp web successfully. Type here the phone number. Now after that, select this. We want to click here and then type here. So simply again, what we want to do? We want to perform click activity. Now again we want to perform the click activity, so that sorry, here we perform type into activity. What we want to do? We want to type hi. Instead of hi, you can pass your message. So simply again this we use to type whenever you type here whenever you type here any message, then this icon is automatically appear. Let me show you again. Whenever you type here something, this option was automatically present here. So simply again we want to perform type into activity click activity. So simply drag and drop this click activity. Now click here. So is that clear? Now switch my board on a initial state and switch to our board. Simply run our file. Now let's check. Our message is successfully sent. So this was a use case scenario of WhatsApp automation.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. So is that clear?
Yes, sir.
There was
Thank
no
you.
predefined, thank you. Thanks to all of you. There was no predefined automation provided by WhatsApp officially. Like the Gmail provide the automation for the bulk email messages. Gmail was provide the scenario how to automate their service, but no official announcement for WhatsApp automation by using UiPath, so that we can create our process and run this activity. So is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any type of doubt, kindly ask me. So thanks all of you. It's all about the triage second session, that is email automation. After that, on 2:30, there was last session that is based on a stress management. Thank you so much.
So,
Yeah.
hello,
Hmm.
hello. Am I audible to all of you? So, there is an announcement for the next session. So, the next session will be start from 2:30 p.m. and that will be on stress management. So, it is requested to all the participants to be available in the track pad, so you can participate in the because that